Ladies and gentlemen, welcome everybody here to another edition of the Lunchdown, the lunchtime show where we talk all things wrestling, talk everything about it, whatever it may be that we have. Welcome everybody to the Lunchdown. Oh man. Okay, so I literally just got out of the shower. My hair is still soaking wet. Well, actually not too bad, it's just kind of a little on the wet side. But it is on the wet side, and my hair is, yeah, like I said, on the wet side just because I just got out of the shower. So hopefully it will dry before the end of the show because it feels like a wet dog is just sitting inside my hat right now. So, yeah. But guys, welcome everybody to the stream. I hope you guys are excited for today. Huge news, huge fallout to come out of Monday Night Raw last night. Crazy, actually. What a Monday Night Raw. So much to talk about here today on the Lunchdown. But I want to welcome every single person who is just tuning in here. If you happen to be tuning in for the first time, please give this show a chance, as I think it is a very excellent show. If you guys want to talk to me live, you can either become a sponsor over there in the chat, or you can simply become, or not even become a sponsor, you can follow me on Twitter at Conman167, and you can ask me questions live over there. We also do live calls throughout the show, so make sure you join the Discord, and you have a chance to join in a live call at some random times. But man, oh man, okay, so much to talk about, folks. So very, very much to talk about. Lou Dog, how you doing, man? Welcome to the stream. I mean, let's just kind of start right off the bat with the ultimate deletion. Like, oh my god, was it genius? Or was it insanity? Or was it both? Or was it neither? I have... all I can say is it was captivating. That Ultimate Deletion match was absolutely beyond what I thought it was going to be. It did have very much a lot of the same stuff as the final deletion, but the Ultimate Deletion was that. It was ultimate. It had so many things. The dilapidated boat, the field, where was it? The like the cross, where they were holding the crosses. What's the name for that? Like their graveyard that they had, and where they're running around trying to hit each other. That was hilarious. Matt Hardy's like, chair of wheels, mower of lawns. Chair of wheels, mower of lawns. And then he's on the lawnmower as he does the, yeah, as the music's playing. Da 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 da. And as Matt Hardy's just going right towards Bray Wyatt, and he stands up. Oh my god, that was just, it was incredible, folks. I loved every little bit of it. Who won the Ultimate Deletion match? That was Matt Hardy. But now, what intrigues me more is I don't know where they go from here. I don't know what happens with this feud. Obviously, being thrown in the Lake of Reincarnation and not coming out of it, there's a potential that we may see a broken Matt, a broken Jeff, and a broken Bray, and maybe we get a broken stable out of that, because if I'm not mistaken, that's how Jeff became Brother Nero, right? Was being thrown in the Lake of Reincarnation. I believe so, but you could correct me if I'm wrong. But I don't know. It was really, really different, and I think that's why it was so enjoyable. It was so bad that it was good. Like, it was meant to be bad. It was meant to be ridiculous. I mean, there's no way that you have a flying drone, a butler, or whatever you want to call him, a return of Brother Nero, you have a lawnmower. Like, there was literally so many ridiculous things there that I was like, I can get behind this. I can really get behind this. It was really fun to watch. Was it good, though? Was it actually legitimately good? No, but it wasn't meant to be good. It was meant to be bad, and it was funny because it was hilarious, man. Like, I don't know, just the ridiculous little things like Bray Wyatt looking around in the graveyard, and Matt Hardy going, shh, and he runs away. And I'm like, what the hell aren't we watching here? It was just something that I don't even know how to describe. Ridiculous. And it was ridiculous for all the right reasons. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I rewatched it later that night, and I enjoyed it even more. Because sometimes what happens is I don't get to experience Monday Night Raw like all of you guys, where we get to hear the show or we get to see what's going on. A lot of the times I don't hear the story being told because I'm too busy commentating over it or talking to you guys or whatever. So a lot of the stuff that I hear comes out of my own mouth. So when I actually heard the story being told and was like actually watching it later that night, I got such a much bigger appreciation for it because it was even more funny. Like, the music was tremendous with it. Like, Rebby Sky playing on the piano. I would have liked to see some King Maxwell and or something like that. That would have been probably cool to get some more of that. But I mean, you know, as long as the Broken Universe is fully intact in WWE, which it looks like it is. You got Vanguard 1. You got what's the butler's name again? Why am I drawing a blank on him? Anyways, doesn't matter. And then when the butler sat up and gave him the globe and said, he's got the whole world in his hands, it was a great callback. It was a great callback to Bray Wyatt's old theme song or whatever. It was just unbelievable, honestly. Brandon Harbin says, I liked it, but the TNA version is better, I think, but still good and have plenty of time to build on it. Senor Benjamin, there we go, thank you, Senor Benjamin. I knew it was something with a B, I just could not remember, so Senor Benjamin, yeah. Senor Benjamin was arguably the standout. Obviously, there's something to talk about here, though, because Jeff Hardy returned. And I at first I thought it was just Jeff Hardy. I didn't see the eyes because my screen is normally much smaller. It's like it takes up half of my computer screen, the show. So I didn't see the glazed over eyes, the contacts put in that block out the pupils of Jeff Hardy for his brother Nero character. I didn't see that, so I thought it was just simply Jeff Hardy just chanting, "You've got the whole world in his hands," you know, like that. I thought that's what it was, but it wasn't. It was legitimately Brother Nero. Brother Nero came with the eyes glazed over. He had his broken uniform on with the chains going across the center. So it was legitimately Brother Nero returning to, or debuting, I guess you could say, in WWE. So does that mean we see Jeff Hardy return as Brother Nero? Or do we get more of a story for the reason why he's broken? Or do we just not get a story and he just returns as Brother Nero? I would like to maybe dive into that one a little bit more. Hopefully WWE gives us a chance to figure out what character Jeff Hardy's going to be in it. They don't just decide for us, you know. Let's let him get over organically as a new character, but you got to debut him as a new character and not just randomly have him pop up in the Broken Universe. Welcome all you guys. I see lots of people in the chat today. I love the fact that this show continues to grow. Remember guys, if you wish to ask me live questions, you can either become a sponsor over here in the chat and talk to me directly, or you can send me a tweet at Conman167. So when we start running out of stuff to talk about, like the rumors, the Raw review and all this stuff, then we can get into your questions and all that. So remember, if you want to chat along live, make sure you become a sponsor, as that is sponsor and moderator only chat, okay? Make sure you guys do so. But yeah, I was just talking about Jeff Hardy there. I thought that was really cool cameo. Hopefully that means we do get somebody in the future where they come back and explain why Jeff Hardy is broken or whatever, woken, I guess you could say, or Brother Nero and whatever. You know, I really hope that we get an explanation for that. But if we don't, then at least it's Brother Nero. You know, that's kind of cool. I'm just going to do some shout-outs to the moderators in here. I see Steven German, Dante, 151, it's Crossbow, and there's a bunch of others in here. Brandon Harbin is, Sam Ward, the Big Dog. Thank you guys for joining me. Mr. Tornicane, Lou Dog, all you guys are awesome. And Cal Lily. Guys, thank you so much for being in here and supporting this show. Continue to like this video. There's a reason why you guys are my moderators, because you are amazing. Remember, if you wish to become a sponsor, you can and chat along live with us and the moderators over there. Join the exclusive club. This is your chance to become a sponsor. Alright, so let's do a quick little rumor roundup right now. So let's go to the rumor roundup. And let's see what type of rumors are around the world of wrestling right now. So this is the rumors for the day. So WWE plans to keep Asuka undefeated until a match with Ronda Rousey at WrestleMania 35, according to WrestlingNews.co. That's a big one. There's a big rumor, guys. So apparently WWE is looking at keeping Asuka undefeated all the way until WrestleMania 35. So I guess that would mean she would capture the Women's Championship from Charlotte at Mania and hold it for a whole year until dropping it to Ronda Rousey. That is intense. Now, what's kind of interesting about that is that would mean that Asuka is going to be on SmackDown, which means Ronda will be on SmackDown, unless they just do Ronda Rousey winning the Women's Royal Rumble. That's probably the way they would go, actually. Ronda Rousey winning the Royal Rumble. So they got big plans for Ronda Rousey to be the one who ends Asuka's undefeated streak. Interesting. So that kind of takes away my theory about Carmella cashing in on her at WrestleMania and winning the title. Maybe they just do a failed cash-in, and maybe just this year they were like, okay, we're not going to have any of our people cash in successfully, which kind of sucks if they do that. I really hope they don't screw over Carmella like that. I think she deserves to have the Women's Championship at some time, even if she only holds it for like a month or two. Absolutely, I think she deserves to cash in her briefcase and be successful in cashing it in. But that's really quite something there. That's a big rumor to come out of the day. I don't know how I feel about that. Guys, let me know. Tweet at me at Conman167 or just comment here in the chat if you guys like the idea of Ronda Rousey ending Asuka's undefeated streak next year at WrestleMania. WrestleMania 35. Wait, 35. Yeah, 35's next year. Okay, next one here. So this is kind of a big one that I really want to talk a little bit about, and we can speculate as much as we want. So AJ Styles was said by PW Insider to be backstage at Raw getting checked out by medical for the real injury he's been dealing with. That his injury angle at Madison Square Garden last Friday was designed to cover. Okay, so he was at Raw getting checked out by the medical people for this injury that he has going on, and we still don't know what the injury is. That's kind of scary that we're getting this close to WrestleMania, and AJ Styles, we aren't sure if he's going to be okay. So hopefully we can learn some more about that in the coming days. I would really, really hope that AJ Styles is just dealing with, like, you know, some nagging pain or something like that, not a torn anything or not a broken bone or anything that requires surgery, nothing like that. Please, 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 AJ Styles, do not be injured too bad so that you can't compete at WrestleMania against Shinsuke Nakamura. So hopefully he won't, and hopefully he'll be recovered just fine. Here's the next rumor of the day. We got Samoa Joe and Big Cass were on Raw also in Dallas, per PW Insider. Cass is close to being cleared and may be back ahead of schedule. So I know what that means. So Samoa Joe and Big Cass being in Raw, that means that they're starting to tour with the company. They're getting their legs back under them. They're getting back in the grind of the wrestling, and they're being at the shows. It does not mean that they're 100% healthy yet, but it does mean that they are getting probably worked on backstage. They're doing physio backstage, and they're traveling with the company, which means that they aren't far from returning, right? They don't need to be in Florida at the Performance Center training up like that or anything. They are absolutely just getting really close to returning, which is good news. I think what happens is Samoa Joe returns the night after WrestleMania. I don't think we see him at WrestleMania, unfortunately, unless they want to put him as Braun Strowman's tag team partner. What would be an interesting combo is Big Cass and Braun Strowman being a tag team for a little bit, you know, maybe winning the tag team gold, and then you know, they split up, you know, a month later or something like that, and then engage in a feud, a Big Cass versus Braun Strowman feud, because that would be very interesting. I'm really excited to see Braun Strowman back here. What the heck is that? That's a GIF. Oh, wow. Dante just donated $20. Wow. Okay, dude. Thank you. Woo. We got Mr. Dante dropping that $20. Mr. Dante, thank you very much, dude. That is incredibly kind. Wow. Thank you very much, man, for dropping the $20. You said the new theme song. If you want, post the link on my Twitter or something like that. I'll retweet it for you, because that link's pretty cool. I want to see what the link is as well. I wasn't able to click on it, but dude, thank you very much for dropping the $20. That was really kind of you. So yeah, like I was saying, it would be really cool to see a feud between Big Cass and Braun Strowman. You know, maybe they win the tag team battle or tag team titles at WrestleMania if Big Cass was healthy enough to return. That is, and then they split up. What? Okay, I'll read that comment in a sec. And then they would, like, you know, split up and then engage in a feud after losing the tag titles after a month or two or something like that. I think that'd be a really cool feud to see. You would have Big Cass obviously as the heel and Braun Strowman as the tweener babyface who just wrecks everything, and I think that could be a really intriguing matchup. And I don't know who walks away with the feud there. Probably Braun, but it'd be interesting. So you said apparently Husky Harris is Braun's partner. Are they going back to Husky Harris? Is that actually a rumor? Is that actually a rumor? Interesting. We'll look that one up afterwards. Husky Harris, because I guess it was the Lake of Reincarnation, which means he could go back to an old gimmick. What I'm really hoping, I'm just hoping it breaks him. You know, I really hope it just breaks Bray Wyatt just even more, and they become a broken stable with Bray Wyatt involved. And I think that would be really cool, having Bray Wyatt and Matt Hardy at the forefront of it, you know, and just kind of being like a leader. And I don't know, the broken stable could be amazing if they did it right. You know, if they do include Bray Wyatt, that could be really, really cool. Yeah, it's a rumor. I don't know if it will happen, says Crossbow right there. So Husky Harris is Braun's partner. That is interesting. I wonder who leaked that, or wonder where that's going around. Let's see here. So SummerSlam may become a stadium show in 2019. WrestleVote says WWE is looking at Major League Baseball venues for next August pay-per-view. So a stadium show as opposed to an arena show? Has it always been an arena show? No, is that ever outside? I don't know, actually. You know what? Now I think about it, it's all SummerSlam is normally indoors, isn't it? So that could be interesting. Or is it normally outside? I can't remember, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. I know WrestleMania is generally outside in a stadium show because it's just something different. But I don't know. I think that could be interesting. I'm not a big fan of the outside shows, though, because you don't have the whole lighting effects, and it kind of messes up some people's entrances, like Bray Wyatt's, like Undertaker's. You know, it kind of messes up that idea. I'm not too sure. It's not a huge fan of that idea, but yeah, well, it could be enjoyable. It's SummerSlam regardless. And then the last rumor in the rumors for the day is WrestleMania 34 is currently penciled in to run 6.5 hours. My goodness, is that including the pre-show, or is that just the main card? Oh boy, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be one crazy long show. I don't know how I feel about watching it for that long. I know last year ran for 7 hours, because they gave Undertaker that half-hour send-off, so it'd be roughly around the same time. That is a long show. Wow. That is really, really long. 6.5 hours, and I don't know if that includes the pre-show or not. Cool. All right, so let's click back on some more rumors, and we'll see, and then I'll go into some Twitter questions. Remember, if you wish to call in live, you can, down in the description below. Let's see. That is injury issues loom over SmackDown's big angles. Yes, they do. We're building great things. Cool. Boom. Really don't know what else to do this. So, oh, here we go. This is something that happened after Raw. So apparently, Ronda Rousey. So this is what happened. Ronda Rousey appeared after Raw went off the air last night and destroyed Dana Brooke by apparently. I think that's what this is saying, right? Yeah, I believe so. I'm just reading through real quick right here just so that I get the information right for you guys. So she appeared in the segment on Raw after Raw went off the air. There isn't much to it. Dana Brooke interrupted her, cut a promo on her, and then tried to strike her, but Rousey blocked it, striked her, grabbed her, and threw her across and out of the ring. Interesting. Interesting. That is pretty cool. So we didn't get to see that live, but it was still pretty cool. I'm just reading you guys' comments here. They better include the pre-show on the DVD. Did they not do it last year? Oh, I guess they didn't. No, they didn't include the pre-show on the DVD last year. Early years outside. Yes, that didn't get any pop by the fans at all. Was Ronda throwing her? Didn't pop anybody? I'm not too sure. I didn't watch the video. Interesting. All right, guys. So what we're going to do is we're going to take to your guys' questions right now. So if you guys want to ask some questions, make sure you either tweet at me at Conman167 or become a sponsor and ask questions right over there in that chat. All right, so let's start. We got JJ Jordan. He says, I want Carmella to cash in at WrestleMania. That's what I want as well. I believe that is the way that it looks like it's going, but I'm not too sure, honestly, if it's going to be a successful cash-in, especially after reading the fact that they want Asuka to remain undefeated until, you know, whenever. But what would also be interesting is if Carmella can somehow cash in on the Raw champion, because I think maybe that would be interesting. Give, like, you know, Alexa Bliss and Nia Jax a long match. Nia Jax finally wins the big one. Actually, you know what? You can pull a Daniel Bryan type of thing with it, where he finally wins the big one. He finally wins the big title, celebrating, and down comes Money in the Bank Randy Orton, you know, to cash in on Daniel Bryan. This could be Carmella coming in and cashing in on Nia Jax after she is absolutely spent. Maybe Absolution attacks Nia Jax after the match and Carmella aligns with Absolution. Maybe that could be interesting if they wanted to switch her over to the Raw brand. I'm not too sure, but there's some things that they could do with that if they happen to allow her to cash in on the Raw champion, which I don't think it's allowed. I believe it's a SmackDown contract. But WWE's went against the rules before. I mean, John Cena's a free agent, for crying out loud. All right, guys, make sure you ask some questions because you guys are the ones who continue the content with this show, getting me to talk about things. If you want to call in live, you can call in live. Lots of good things that you can do here. Switch Carmella with Asuka. Switch Carmella with Asuka. What do you mean? So you want Carmella to be the champ and Asuka to cash in the Money in the Bank briefcase? Or do you mean you want Carmella to cash in on Asuka? Because that's the way that I think it should be as well. But there's those rumors saying that Asuka wants to remain, or they want to remain Asuka undefeated until next year's WrestleMania. So whether that happens, I'm not too sure. No, Conman, apparently she can cash in on Alexa Bliss. So she can. Interesting. Maybe she pulls a Seth Rollins and makes it a triple threat match. That would be interesting. There's so many ways that they can go with it. I think her best bet, if they aren't going to cash her in on Asuka, because I still think, and I'm still going to say this right here, I think the best way to get Carmella over as a legitimate heel and a heel that everybody wants to hate and does hate and all this stuff is for her to simply cash in her Money in the Bank briefcase on Asuka and end her undefeated streak. I know lots of people are going to be mad if she ends her undefeated streak, but that's the whole point of a heel. You know, cashing in the Money in the Bank to win the briefcase or win the championship and beat Asuka's undefeated streak one night at WrestleMania. Yes. Take my money now. That would be absolutely incredible if that's the way that they go about it. I don't think they're gonna. I thought that they were up until reading this latest rumor that they want to keep Asuka undefeated. I can see why. Asuka versus Ronda Rousey is a pretty big match if they happen to do that next year at WrestleMania. So I can totally see the reason why. Undefeated streak probably versus undefeated streak. I can't see Ronda Rousey losing either. So be very, very interesting match at WrestleMania. One of them would be losing their undefeated streak if they went against each other. So be pretty cool. Hey, Noah, how are you doing? Welcome to the stream. Noah's a great sponsor right over there, guys. Be like Noah. Get your name turned green and join the chat right over here for as low as $4.99 a month. Like, come on. That is so worth it to be able to chat every single weekday from 12 until 1 p.m. Ask me your questions and all this great stuff. That is a way to go. Come on, guys. Become a sponsor if you wish. Have James Ellsworth beat Asuka. That would be... Oh, man. Can you imagine that? I think Asuka turns heel after the first loss and destroys the person. That's what I was thinking as well. So what I thought with Baron Corbin is that he should have become a monster after he lost his Money in the Bank briefcase. They didn't do that. They didn't make him an absolute monster. Didn't make him an incredible threat. He didn't make him anything like that. But what they could do with Asuka, as soon as she does lose her undefeated streak, she snaps. And the reason why she should snap is because she should lose her undefeated streak in some sort of screwy fashion, like the Money in the Bank cash-in, like a distraction from the outside, like a disqualification that she didn't even mean to, and she would snap, right? I think that could be really cool because that would make her even more dangerous, and I think fans could get behind that. I mean, heel Asuka in NXT was better than face Asuka. She didn't have to talk. She just went out there and kicked ass, and then went backstage. You know, that's what she did, and it's why she got over once she became a heel. She's playing more of a underdog babyface right now, which is not the role for Asuka. She needs to be a dominant heel, I believe, at least. What if Absolution and the Riot Squad teamed up and kicked the living hell out of Nia Jax, and she loses the belt that way to the princess from Rhode Island? You mean Staten Island? Princess from Staten Island? Yeah, like, I mean, I could totally see that. You know what? With Paige not able to wrestle, I think an Absolution stable with Carmella as, like, the head person and kind of playing off with Paige, you know, for the microphone, and having, like, Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville out their background, and Carmella is the women's champ. I think that thing could be incredibly fun to watch. Then you could get a program between Nia Jax and Carmella, who are actually good friends outside of the ring, and it'd be pretty cool. Be pretty good. You know, if they could do that, I don't mind that booking scenario whatsoever if they happen to have Carmella cash in on Nia Jax at WrestleMania. That could be really, really cool. Really fun. That's the way I would maybe book that one. Either that or against Asuka with Carmella walking out the women's champion. Either way, I want Carmella to cash in at WrestleMania on either the Raw or the SmackDown championship and become the champion. I just think that could be so good. I saw they said Rey Mysterio didn't sign with WWE. What would have happened that he didn't sign? It honestly could just be that there's no spots at WrestleMania. I mean, you heard it last night that a legitimate feud that's been building for months and that fans want to see doesn't even have a chance to be on the WrestleMania card. It just goes into a battle royal, the Sasha Banks and Bayley feud. So they're not even going to get a match at WrestleMania. So how are you going to fit on a Rey Mysterio? How are you going to fit on, like, you know, some other people unless you throw him in a throwaway match, which he probably is not interested in doing, you know? He's probably not interested in wrestling a WrestleMania where he doesn't get a win or he doesn't at least have a high-profile match. You know, it's probably not interested in that, and I don't blame the guy. He's a legend. He deserves to be treated like a legend, not a castaway, you know? He deserves to be treated like how's a guy that returns and does big stuff, like a Kurt Angle, like a Triple H at WrestleMania. You know, he deserves to be treated like that, not being treated like a Dudley Boys when they came back and had their little run, you know, where they didn't get any matches or any high profile matches or anything like that. You know, he deserves better than that. So Nikki Bella and Brie Bella are meant to be returning later this year or early next year. I could see that. They were in the Royal Rumble. They were pretty good in the Royal Rumble. They were quite good. Anyways, let's go right here. We got ourselves it's from Jordan, at JordanManu97, or JordManu97. He says, it's not really a question, but would like to say you're an amazing YouTuber, and it's an honor to be a part of your streams, and you make YouTube way more entertaining than it is. Keep up the amazing work you do, and achieve your goals in life. Live life to the fullest. Jordan, thank you very much for the absolute amazing comment. That is so nice. Thank you very much. I will absolutely keep doing what I do here and try to keep entertaining all you lovely folks. Joshua Buzzard says, what is the one wrestler you want back? Chris Jericho, because Chris Jericho is my favorite. I love everything the man does. Everything he touches turns to gold. What I'm actually trying to do, I can actually maybe talk about this. I'm really trying hard to figure out a way that I can end up going on Chris Jericho's Rock and Wrestling cruise. But I want to go where I don't have to pay for a ticket, you know, because I can't afford paying for a ticket, but I would love to go. So what I'm hoping that will happen is I've been reaching out to Chris Jericho a lot on Twitter and, you know, his cruise thing, and just keep reaching out to him. And I'm like, dude, I've got a business proposal for you. Please reach out to me. And what I want to do is I want to basically I basically just want him to become like, you know, a sponsor of the show, you know, the Rock and Wrestling show and all this stuff, the Rock and Wrestling Cruise, and I would sponsor it and I would talk about it and I'd have like, you know, links to the tickets and everything. I would talk about it, and then you guys could come meet me on the cruise and I could sign stuff for you. We could hang out, have a drink if you're old enough, you know, have a good time. And I really, really want that to happen. So I hope, Chris Jericho, if you ever listen to any of my stuff, if you ever read any of my tweets, please reach me out. All it would cost you is just one cabin, and I will promote the hell out of your Rock and Wrestling Cruise. So consider doing that, man. I would love to join you on the cruise and see the spectacle that you're going to do there. And maybe, you know, I could get some interviews with some people. Maybe give me a backstage pass. I don't know. If you want to give me a press pass or something, I don't know. But I would be so down to promote your cruise constantly. It would be incredible. So, Chris, if you happen to watch any of the stuff, I know you're not, but read my tweets, man. I got a great business proposal for you. It would only cost you one cabin. It'd be nothing, man. Be nothing. All right, let's go back over to Twitter questions. Remember, if you guys wish to talk to me, you can over Twitter at Conman167, or you can become a sponsor and chat over in this chat over here. Let's see here. X Crossbow says, apparently one of the Shield members is meant to turn heel soon or later this year. Yes, I heard the rumors that it's going to be, sorry, give me one sec. That it was going to be Dean Ambrose turning heel. And then we would get an Ambrose-Rollins feud once again, but Ambrose is the heel this time. I think that would be really fun. My God, my nose is watering like crazy. Oh, nose keeps watering. But yeah, is Jericho still on tour? I believe he is. I think he's on Fozzy tour right now. I'm not 100% sure, but I believe that's what he's on. I do believe he's on tour. Any more rumors here, though? Or any more things to really talk about? Bray Wyatt did get deleted, so once again, the rumors are going to be running rampant that Bray Wyatt is turning into Husky Harris, or Bray Wyatt is going to become broken, or a whole bunch of things. There's just... It's, I'm not sure how I feel about what he's going to do, but, you know... Yeah. Just seeing here. Tell Conman I have an extra ticket. Ashley the Freeney Bear. Wow, you have an extra ticket to the Jericho Cruise? That's pretty awesome. That's pretty awesome, dude. Alright, anyways, though, that's pretty awesome. Yeah. Hopefully you'll enjoy the cruise. Absolutely. If you happen to go there, I will, and I happen to be there or whatever, I will sign some stuff for you or something like that. Cool, though. That'd be cool if I happen to go there. I'll definitely do a meetup if I go on the Jericho Cruise. But the only way I'm going is if he happens, or if I happen to get it sponsored, or if somebody, you know, buys a cabin for me. And I don't plan on anybody doing that. So, be pretty cool. Hi, Senor Benjamin in WWE again. Yes, he is. Senor Benjamin is in WWE. I would love Seth Rollins to turn heel and do his evil laugh again. You know, the Seth Rollins laugh is pretty fun. Yeah, one day we'll see another heel Seth Rollins. Remember, everybody was clamoring for Seth Rollins to return as a face. He returned as a heel, then turned babyface. Yeah, you know. Over $220 for a ticket. Oh, dude, it's expensive. It's expensive because you got to buy a cabin, then it's all your travel and everything. It's expensive. So, yeah. But that's a cruise. You know, that's what a cruise does. Also, guys, I want to kindly ask that you make sure you like this video. Let's get this up to 50 likes if we can. That'd be awesome as we continue the Lunchdown, the show that happens every single day from 12 until about 12:30 or 1-ish, depending on when we stop. Depends on the amount of news that are out there today and all this stuff. I guess we can talk a little bit more about Monday Night Raw and the other stuff that happened. Let's talk a little bit about Roman Reigns and the whole segment there, because I think it was really well done. I'd see a lot of people complaining that you're not Steve Austin, you're not this person, you're not this person, you're not this person. No, he's not. He's Roman Reigns. You know, he's Roman. And just because you personally can't get over the fact in your mind that this dude was pushed down our throats 3-4 years ago, and you're still that butthurt over it, does not mean he's not worthy of that main event spot at WrestleMania. So what happened is Roman Reigns got handcuffed by the U.S. Marshals, and then Brock Lesnar came out and destroyed him. A lot of people saying, you know, it was forced, it was this, it was that, but I don't understand, because That's how you get people over. That's how you create intriguing storylines, is you put somebody in a big moment on a build-up to WrestleMania. Of course, Brock Lesnar destroying Roman Reigns while he's in handcuffs is going to make Roman Reigns hate Brock Lesnar even more and make that feud a little bit more passionate. But Roman's promos have been excellent. They've been, bar none, one of the best moments on Raw for the past month has been Roman Reigns promos. And that's because he's being allowed to go a little bit off script. He's allowed to include his own tones. And we saw that in the John Cena feud that he had, that when he's given that freedom, he's good on the microphone. And he has made so many strides on the microphone that I just don't understand how people still blindly hate on Roman Reigns, because that was excellent. I thought that beatdown was really well done. It made me care about Roman Reigns there a lot more. Even though I've never hid this. I think Roman Reigns is truly excellent. I think he's one of the best on the roster, and he deserves to be in the main event spot. It made me care even more about him, though, because that's like, yeah, he got beat up by Brock Lesnar. I feel bad for the dude. He had no defense, and he got beat up by a guy who was the former UFC heavyweight champion of the world. You know, this is a guy who can legitimately kill somebody. He doesn't need an advantage, and yet he he took one out on Roman Reigns, you know, so it was really well done, I thought. It was really, really well done. I don't know about you guys. Did you like that, though? Did you like Roman Reigns, the Roman Reigns segment, getting beat up by Brock Lesnar there, being in handcuffs, you know, the U.S. Marshals trying to arrest him and all this stuff? I thought it was really, really well done. And the fact that Brock Lesnar just kept coming back out to kick Roman Reigns' butt even a little bit more, I thought it was really, 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 really fun. So let's see here. Roman would be in jail for attacking a U.S. Marshal, but we don't think that it would happen to us. What do you mean? Sorry. Yes, he would be in jail for attacking a U.S. Marshal, absolutely, and there's a reason why he can't do that, because, and there's also a thing, I'll tell you this right now, the U.S. Marshals, at the first sign of danger, they would absolutely have been taking control of that. They would have had guns out on the person, you know. It would have been over like that, and they would have been much tougher than, you know, being taken down by an elbow to the side of the face. They're the U.S. Marshals, let's be honest here. But also, another weird thing is the fact, why the hell were the U.S. Marshals the ones arresting Roman Reigns, and why was the guy reading his rights off a cue card? I can tell you what their rights are right now. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you in the court of law. If you do not have, or you have the right to an attorney. If you cannot afford an attorney, something that they'll be appointed to you. Something like that, you know, that would be the first thing you memorize. And and the guy had to read it off a card. So that was kind of a little sad. You know, I don't know why he couldn't just memorize those lines, but I guess it had to be obvious, you know, to people that he was reading him his rights as opposed to just speaking to him. I guess that's the visual effect, right? Apparently, Randy Orton is going to Raw with the U.S. title, and Seth Rollins is going to SmackDown with the IC title. Interesting! Is that the rumor out there? So the rumor is that Seth Rollins is going to beat Miz at WrestleMania for the IC title, and then go to SmackDown, and Orton's going to come to Raw with the U.S. title. That is very interesting. Do I like it? Maybe. Maybe. I mean, Seth Rollins as the IC champion could be kind of cool. I thought that there was lots of rumors that Seth Rollins was going to be going after the World Heavyweight Championship after WrestleMania in a Roman versus Seth Rollins feud, so I thought that was pretty cool. I don't know, maybe they go in the direction with him winning the US title or IC title, but I would actually much rather, if they were going to swap titles, Finn Balor wins the IC title and he moves over to SmackDown, because that could be really cool as well. Reason that makes sense, 100% sense. Reason that makes sense, 100%. Oh, reason that makes 100% sense about Ray. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I'm the only title as well as Seth Rollins. It's the only title Seth Rollins hasn't won as well. Yeah, that is very true. And I'm sure he will win it at some point. Just, I think, with his performance on Raw in the Gauntlet match, with his performance in the Elimination Chamber, how well he's been doing in this IC title feud with Finn Balor and Miz, I think the dude deserves to be back in the main event. And I think a Roman versus Seth Rollins feud would be excellent right after WrestleMania, unless they have plans to push somebody else, like, you know, a Matt Hardy or a Braun Strowman after WrestleMania. But, you know, But anyways, yeah, I see what you're saying there. Seth Rollins versus AJ Styles versus Nakamura could be really, really good. All right. So, anyways, let's go right on over to Twitter. We got a few more Twitter questions here. We might be actually able to make it all the way until 1 o'clock. It looks like we got a lot of people in here today, which is awesome as we continue to grow this show, the daily show right here, the Lunchdown, every single weekday from Monday to Friday from 12 until 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay, so Jordan asks, I think it might be good if Woken Matt Hardy, Jeff Hardy as Brother Nero, and Bray Wyatt become a team, but have Bray Wyatt as their monster destroying everyone. That, I think, could be really fun as well. I would like to see a broken stable or a Woken stable that includes Bray Wyatt and Jeff Hardy. I think that would be really, really fun. Never give up. This is Scooby. He says, do you think anybody will interfere in the Lesnar-Reigns match? Nope, I do not think there's interference in that match. I think we end with Roman Reigns finally slaying the beast and taking the title from him. The E says, I'm not a mod and can't afford to sponsor, but what do you think is next for Alexa Bliss and Nia? What's next for them is a WrestleMania match. I think that is where they're going with that. Absolutely. Well, they did. They announced that it's going to be a WrestleMania match. I think Alexa Bliss is going to continue to just get away from Nia Jax right up until WrestleMania, and then finally Nia Jax is going to get her hands on Alexa Bliss and win the title off of her. The E said, oh, that was just that one. Lonely Ashley says, hey, Conman, you should start a series, Overwatch with Ricky and Zai. Sorry, we are all so very, very busy. They got all their own videos. I got all my own videos here. And they're in different time zones, which makes it even harder to find time for us to record. I couldn't even play Overwatch yesterday. I reached out to Biggs, and he didn't even answer me there. So, you know, he's a busy dude. Zai's a busy girl. I mean, these guys, they're very much very busy people. If they ever started a second gaming channel where they could do Overwatch videos, absolutely I would be with them. But I think I like the idea of Overwatch being my game that I can play for fun and not be something that I have to, you know, throw on YouTube and then get bored of the game. You'd like to see Seth Rollins versus Bobby Roode. Would be interesting for the IC title if he wins. Would be interesting. We do have a caller waiting right now with Noah Rundle, so I'm going to answer this call from Noah. Hopefully his mic is working. Here we go. Let's talk to Noah. Hey, Noah. How you doing, buddy? How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Are you?
I'm doing pretty good. What's up?
I'm good, thank you. Are you? After Mania, quite a few people, at least okay, so after Mania, quite a few people, at least usually, end up leaving the WWE. So my question is, who do you think
probably Brock Lesnar,
I would
say is the most likely. I think he's scheduled to go back to UFC. If not Brock, if for whatever reason Brock happens to stick around, probably John Cena. And then Undertaker. I would say those are probably the top three that are going to be gone once again after WrestleMania. What do you think?
Yeah. I think that, well, I don't know, it's tough because I think there's quite a few people that are not getting used that could possibly just leave the company altogether.
All right. So you're like, trying to think like maybe Future Endeavored? Like, you know, a post-WrestleMania cleanup. Okay. So when you're thinking like that, yeah, I could see... Yeah. I think Ty Dillinger's close to being on the chopping block, unfortunately. If they don't give him anything good to do, then, you know, he's probably going to go to the Indies. And he would make a killing on the Indies. Like, he is insanely good. He would do well on the Indies. I think you could see... I'm trying to think. Maybe people like Alicia Fox from the women's division who have not really been around for a while. Who else is on the lower card? Heath Slater and Ryan. I think they'll always keep Heath Slater around because they always find something for him to do. But I could see Rhino being released. There's a few. I don't want to say Goldust because he's a legend to the business, but Goldust, he probably makes quite a bit of money, and if they're looking to save money somewhere, they don't really use him. There's a lot of those lower mid-card guys who could probably be on the chopping block. R-Truth is another one.
Probably
Cool. Good question, man.
I would say probably a few of the cruiserweights as well, because I would say probably a few
Yeah,
of
the one thing with the
because
cruiserweights that I would
they
say
have
though
quite a
is
large
they are
roster
doing
and
a
all of
very
them
good
get
job
used.
with 205 Live right now, and we don't see the cruiserweights on Monday Night Raw anymore. It's just strictly 205 Live, which I think is the best move they've done in a while. So I'm not sure if they will get rid of them though, because I hear rumors that they are going to introduce a tag team title to the cruiserweight division. And for that to happen, they're going to need to make a bunch of teams. That's why you're starting to see people like Hideo Itami and Akira Tozawa team up. That's why you got Lince Dorado with Grand Metalik and Kalisto. You're seeing a team start to form between Jack Gallagher and... who is it? Who's the other guy? Or sorry, not Jack Gallagher. Tony Nese and Drew Gulak. So you're starting to see like a team form between them. So I think they're going to keep a bunch of those cruiserweights around just to make a tag team division. But yeah, I would say probably on the chopping block is more people like Ty Dillinger, Gold Dust, R-Truth, like those type of people who you never see on TV anymore. Yeah. Cool. Any other questions, man?
No.
Nope. All right. Thank you very much for calling in. Do you like the show?
Yes.
Yeah.
I do like
No.
I usually get home around the time that it starts.
Yes.
Oh, that's quite
I do
awesome,
like
man.
it because
Awesome. Well,
I
I'll keep
usually
this up.
get
It's on
home around
every
the
single
time that
weekday.
time that it starts,
All right, dude.
so.
Have a good day.
See ya.
Bye. All right.
Yep.
So yeah,
See
the
ya.
Ascension is another one who could possibly be gone. I do understand that one. That is a possibility. The Ascension could be gone as well. Let's do one more quick take through Twitter. If you guys wish to tweet at me at Conman167, make sure you do so. And if you want to, great. If not, though, I think we might be calling her an end here, which is quite awesome, guys. This was a really good third show. I'm really enjoying the show a lot. Guys, please make sure you leave a like on this video, as we're almost getting there to 50 likes. But if you happen to be watching this back on YouTube at a later time, then thank you very much for watching. Remember, I am live every single weekday from 12 until 1-ish p.m. So anytime after 12:30, the stream can be done normally. I at least make this go for a half hour. Depends on the amount of questions we have. Depends on the amount of stuff we have to talk about, the rumors and all that type of stuff. Definitely a very, very fun show, and I hope you guys are enjoying it. The Lunchdown will be back once again tomorrow. Remember, I just about said reminder, and then I combined it with remember. So, reminder that tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, in exactly 7 hours and 12 minutes from now, 7 hours and 12 minutes from right this very instant, I'll be going live with SmackDown Live. We'll do that from 8 until 10. Then we have a half-hour break. Then we're back once again with 205 Live from 10:30 till 11:30. But guys, thank you so much for joining me here today on the Lunchdown. I'm your host, Conman167. Be sure to follow me on Twitter at Conman167. Consider becoming a sponsor, and go check me out on all my social media at Conman167 WWE for Instagram, and patreon.com/Conman167. Make sure you guys are subscribed as well, and make sure you like this video. But that's going to be the end of the stream here for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I love you guys to death. Thank you very much, and I'll see you guys later tonight for SmackDown.